Hey guys, I gotta tell you guys something. I hate interviews. Yeah, I hate interviews. Like job interviews, whether they'll be from small scale to corporate jobs. I don't like the interviewing process. Okay, and specifically for one question alone, and that is, have you ever dealt with a difficult customer? And I'm like, okay, that question in itself isn't a bad question if you're working in a place where you are dealing with like the role of customer service. But at the same time though, like if Chipotle is asking that question, I'm like, okay, but what if I'm like really good at like packing burritos, you know, like working the food line or working the cash register, okay? Like, and you're gonna tell me that I'm not gonna get the job because I didn't answer that question the best? And again, a lot of the times, like a lot of these interview questions that you actually end up getting don't actually end up getting on the oral like interview. They often just get put in on the virtual almost quiz styled interview questions that they send you when you do all the paperwork and whatnot, which gets kind of annoying to do just autonomy. I mean, again, not the most complicated thing to do, but again, if you're like just, you know, speed running, just filing application after application, yeah, it gets pretty fucking bored. But then when it comes to like to the actual interview, like again, my first job, my first and only job, my first and only job that I quickly got fired from. Long story. Um, I just showed up, got that question about my life and whatnot, but he didn't act. It was very informal, and that's because the guy really just was like a. This was the owner of like a small, tiny, quick race room service. So, heck, he made the rules. Okay, he was the hiring manager, but he was also CEO and whatnot to do. But then I remember applying to a work study for my college or something, and yeah, I just come in to do it very easy. I just had to go through the files to do and whatnot. So very informal interviews that I went to, and I fear for the future of going into my next interview for whatever job I decide to apply for, and they're gonna hit me with the most weird question. And again, this freaking sucks, okay? Because again, I don't have any experience, okay? I don't have, I only have that one job, okay? So how is it that I'm gonna come up with an answer of like what the answer is? Like, because again, they don't ask you how you would deal with something, what do, then they ask you, have you ever been in a situation? And that gets even harder because now I don't have any job to do. So I have to like look past just what the definition of that experience would be, and then tell them that story, and then somehow make sure that I do. And it's like, again, I'm fucking autistic, okay? I don't like conversating that much, or when I do conversate, or when I actually feel like conversating, when I like the people, when I the vibe just matches with me to conversate, okay? You can't force me to just be put in a conversation I don't want to be a part of, okay? And talk about something that I have no interest in, which is why I'm having so much trouble just conversating on Discord now. It's because a lot of the time the conversation it's freaking boring me. I have fucking nothing to add. When I try to add in, I only get a couple sentences in, tap out, and whatnot. Either way, this is to show you that like the interview process freaking sucks. Freaking sucks. You know, like I wish the interview style was a bit different, where I could just interview and saying, "Are you good at this? Are you bad at that? You know, strengths and weaknesses. Oh sure, I'm good at getting the job done. I'm bad at fucking getting along with people. I suck at fucking interviewing." uh, either way though, it's like I don't know. I hate interviews. I wish we didn't have to do. We should not have interviews because no. It's not that we should not have interviews, but interviews should be more like a proof of like what you're able to do. Like I should just demonstrate what I do instead of just asking these questions that. Come on, I don't want to freaking answer. Okay, I don't want to answer these questions.